name's Carey. I'm 33 years old. I live in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. I own and operate the store Warp Zone, which is a little mom and pop vintage toy store. We sell anything from toys, comics, video games, anything that's fun and pop culture related from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Come on in and I'll show you some of the stuff. We have a lot of comic related figures, our little Marvel section here. We have a DC section, you know, right beside it. You got the big two right there. We also have a lot of 80s staples like G.I. Joe and Masters of the Universe. The reason that I am contacting comic book men is I would like to sell the secret stash, something from the 80s. It's a little overlooked a lot of times. It's Silverhawks. And this was a much loved series of mine from the 1980s. It was, I would say, it's kind of like comparable to Thundercats at the time, where you have a team of people that are versing some villains that just like Mumra from Thundercat, you have Monstar from Silverhawks, and like Mumra, turned from a frail old man into this powerful villain that they would fight. Monstar kind of did a similar thing, but basically his head changes. You have the normal Monstar head, and then you squeeze his legs and it flips into his other form. And all the Silverhawks from that era, for some reason, came with little accessories. They were like, this one's like a bat. The ones for the heroes, of course, were hawks. This is Tally Hawk, which would go to Quicksilver, who's the main hero of the series. And have Copper Kid, who is the one Silverhawk who's not actually silver. He is the youngest one, and he speaks in like musical noises in the show, and that's basically how he communicates. I'd say the Silverhawks were kind of like rock star equivalent, like bluegrass. He played guitar and wore a cowboy hat, and like I said, he had the musical notes that he uses for communication. And then you have Buzzsaw. It's got 80s goodness all over it. Basically, I think this stuff would be really cool at the stash. I think you guys have a market for pop culture stuff from these eras. I think like the boat that I'm in, a lot of my peers are at the same age that I am, wanting to collect a lot of this stuff from their childhood. And I think this is an era that's kind of big right now. Anything 80s is gold right now, and I think this would be a perfect fit for the stash. And it means a lot to me. These are things that they're near and dear for my childhood, but I'm willing to part with them just because I think it's something that would go well at the stash.